Good morning, everyone. This is Monday, November 25th. I just woke up and I just wanted to tell you the dream I just had. So, in my dream, I was on the computer, right? And I found this forum where it was talking about this preacher man. He was in his 80s, maybe he was like 84 or 88. And it was this Mormon preacher he was very confident in, I forget exactly what it was, but I believe it was something regarding like Jesus not being the Messiah. And in my dream, it saddened me reading that. But my thought was, well, maybe he can still have time to know God. And then my heart sank when I realized that this forum was from all the way back in 2012. And so I immediately went to the most recent page of the forum to see all the newest comments, and some of them were being left by young Mormon men saying things like, "Rest in peace, today the world lost a great man," and then there were a couple of comments left by Christians saying that it was a real tragedy that this man never accepted the truth that Jesus is the Messiah, that Jesus is God, and I noticed that those comments, the most recent ones, were left like years ago, like maybe 2014 or 2017, not too long after the original post was made. So then the next part of my dream, I remember it was Thanksgiving night, and there was this family with a newborn baby who had invited some people over for Thanksgiving dinner, including a pastor, and I believe in my dream this other man was a Mormon preacher. The father of the home waited inside near the entrance to greet the guests as they came in, and he was holding his newborn baby. The first man to come in was the Mormon preacher. His appearance was a portly, slightly wider man in a white suit and a big white Stetson hat. Um, the baby, seeing this large, unfamiliar stranger entering the house, making his way towards them, unsettled the baby, and it started bawling and having a violent cry. The Mormon preacher, ready for Thanksgiving dinner, paid no attention to the infant and walked directly past him and said something like, "Boy, I hope that dinner's almost ready. I'm famished." The baby still screaming, the second man arrives. This time it's a man in a black suit with a slightly more slender build. This man was a pastor. This man had a big grin on his face as he entered the room, and his smile lowered a bit when he noticed that the baby was terrified of him. He began to come over and say something like, "Shh, shh, shh. There, it's okay. I'm not a monster, see?" And he took off his black hat that covered the top of his head. "See, I'm just another man under all these layers of clothes, and he loosened up his tie to let the child understand that it wasn't a part of him. This was just a suit he was wearing. And, while I didn't necessarily dream this part, I can just picture him giving the child his tie to let him play with it. The child calmed down and they had Thanksgiving dinner. Waking up trying to see if there was meaning in this, try to understand what I just dreamt. My takeaway from that was, well, let me ask you this. Of those two men, which one resembled the qualities and character of Jesus? The one who took the time to humble himself before a baby in distress to comfort it, or the man that was too focused on eating Thanksgiving dinner to even acknowledge the poor infant? I think it's clear that it was the pastor that resembled how Jesus would act in a situation like that. I think it's just a good reminder of, let us always remember to resemble Jesus in everything we do and act as he would act, and show kindness and take time even in the small moments where we can just comfort one another, even if it's a small infant in distress. Just now, of course, maybe don't go up to a stranger's baby, but like this was a little bit different because they were invited to his house, you know what I mean? But Yeah, I don't know. I just think there's definitely a lesson to be learned in that. Just to focus on the small moments, focus on the little ones, just comfort them and let them know they're okay, you know? You know what I mean? Just try to always find moments to be more like Jesus in every situation. But yeah, I hope this blessed someone. Um, I definitely thought it was a very powerful, very different kind of dream this time. But yeah, thank you guys for checking this out. God bless. Peace.